I think any job should come with a set of challenges. But then I'm highly competitive, so I like challenges. I think that's part of what drives me forward. I was the only female to graduate as an undergraduate from my year. I did chemical physics. I was the only girl. I have found myself a lot of being either the first or the only. But I never set out to do that. It just happened. I tried very hard never to let it bother me, because usually I was in a set of circumstances where I was enjoying what I was doing, and that was the overriding thing for me. So, I think if you seriously want to do something, you just don't always stop and question. And it's only later when people have said, do you realise you were the only one? Now I realise I was. But at the time, I think I was just so caught up in doing what I wanted to be doing and loving what I was doing that quite often I didn't stop and think about it. I just got on with it and did it. My initial answer, I was thinking of the answer, would be my greatest achievement is to be happily married still and have 2 children. I think that's, for me, that is it is an achievement, and it's taken work, but I've loved doing it. I think from a professional point of view, my greatest achievements, I think, have been when you have a theory, a concept, a thought, and you go away and you do experiments, and one can never absolutely prove what you've done, but you can always you can find positive things that help take it forward. But I think what most people would say was that I became president of the Royal Society of Chemistry, and I was their first female president in 175 years. And I think most people would see, and I think that is one of my achievements, is to have the peer recognition that allowed me to take up that position. And I think for me that was a culmination of many years of doing chemistry, I think, to get that position. And I think also to be vice principal at Edinburgh is another great achievement. Again, I'm the first woman vice principal in science and engineering. And these are things I think, if I look back, I would have thought they're beyond me. I'll never get to that. But you do, and I've enjoyed almost every moment of it. I think there've been, I've had some fantastic opportunities, but I would also say to you, I've grasped and I've taken those opportunities. When they've come along, I've taken them and I've gone with them 100%.
We have come to a world where I think we're taught that you can have it all. You can have the career, you can have the family, you can have the baby, and you can breastfeed and work in the lab and win the Nobel Prize, and it's all yours.
Mm-hmm.
You've done that.
Not the Nobel Prize.
No, but you've become the president of... Yeah. Doesn't feel like you had it all.
I feel very fortunate. I look back and I think, yes, I probably have had as close to that. However, I would say I have had huge amounts of help. So, yes, I've had the career, yes, I've had the babies, but I've had enormous help. So I've had Ella, who has come to help me in the house ever since my son, that's my second child, was born. I've had the same, come and help me. I don't think you can do it all. I think you can probably have a large amount of it, but I don't think you should expect to do it all. So for me, I enjoyed my children, I enjoyed my job, but did I enjoy doing the ironing and cleaning the toilet? No, not particularly. So that was my choice, was to get somebody to come in and help me do some of those things. Because I think you've got to be able to enjoy what you're doing. And I never wanted to think, At the weekend, for example, when I could spend time with the children, oh my goodness, I've got to be tidying the house at the same time. You know, I think you've got to choose what it is important to you and then do that. But I think everybody has to make choices. So when the children were very young and I was starting out in my academic career, and did I have a lot of time in my life for anything else? No, I didn't. You know, it was taken up with the family and it was taken up with my job. But that was my choice to do that. Now the children are older and have left home, then you have more time to go back and do other things. So I don't think you can have everything at the same time. Don't think you can, because I think people who say that to you, I don't think that's honest. And I've never met anybody who has had it all at the same time. I just don't believe you can.